Hello, Chapter 3, 3.1 continued here. We're going to talk a little bit about normal balance. Okay, so within our T accounts, we have a term called normal balance, which is simply as the side of the account that increases. Okay, so it is slightly different, and this is where things can get a little complicated. So before we get into showing you that, I want to introduce you to a cheat. Dc Ade Ler. It's really going to help you out when it comes to normal balances. Okay, so what we have is we have our DC, which is simply debits and credits. So DC. Ade stands for assets, drawing, and expenses. Okay, so for right now, we're really just going to look at our assets, but later on we'll get into drawing and expenses. But anything that's found on the debit side, it is going to increase on the debit side of that account. Okay, so that's the positive side of the account. Right? Ler is our liabilities, our owner's equity, and our revenue. And this is going to have a normal balance side on the credit side. So the right-hand side of this account is going to be its positive. It's going to increase. Okay, so we have DC Ade Ler, debit and credit. Left-hand side is assets, drawing, and expenses. And again, that means the debit side of that account is what increases it, which is positive. And on our credit side, the right-hand side, we have our liabilities, owner's equity, and revenue. That's going to be the positive side or the normal balance side. So what does this look like in comparison to your textbook? You will have this diagram. Okay? So again, we have our assets, we have our debits, we have our credits. Assets will have a debit increase side. Liabilities will have an increased normal side of credit. And our owner's equity, again, will have a normal balance of credit. So again, DC Ade Ler, debit and credits. Debit side increases assets, drawing, and expenses. The credit side, right-hand side, will increase liabilities, owner's equity, and revenue. Again, normal balance, the side of the account that increases. DC Ade Ler. DC Ade Ler. Again, our assets increase on the debit side. Our liabilities, owner's equity, increase on the credit side. DC Ade Ler. Right? DC, debit, credit, assets, drawings, expenses. Right now we only have assets shown here, increase on the debit side. Our credit side is our liabilities, our owner's equity, and our revenue. Increase on the credit side. So this is normal balance. Remember, DC Ade Ler is really going to help you out in this chapter and moving forward. DC Ade Ler. Debit, credit, assets, drawing, expenses. Credit side has liabilities, owner's equity, revenue. DC Ade Ler. DC Ade Ler. That's really going to help you out with your T accounts.